Hello everyone, it's me, ZapLasers, and recently I've been mostly playing Doom Eternal, which is out on Game Pass, and it's a lockdown, I can't afford new games. So here we are, and the reason I'm making this video today is that we need to talk about this lad right here, the Marauder. Now, the Marauder is the new class of, or one of the new classes of Super Heavy Demon that's been added to Doom Eternal, and wow! He is as hard as doing differential equations whilst juggling custard and standing on your head. He has, as you can see there, a shield, he has a battle axe, and he has a shotgun. He restricts your movement, whilst at the same time requiring you to have lightning reflexes and be incredibly quick on the draw, switching weapons and switching tactics very effectively if you want to beat him and get your glory kill. Now, he's dangerous on his own, but the place the Marauder really becomes his most best annoying self is when you're fighting other demons as well, when you're in a melee surrounded by many other demons and he's just jumping around behind you, picking on you with his axe, and really splitting your focus in a way that I don't think I've ever had to do on in a Doom game before. I don't know about anybody else, but my standard tactic in these games is to run around as much as possible, keep changing environments, and focus on getting the glory kills and getting the chainsaw kills to top up my ammo and top up my health. The Marauder forces you to focus on one demon who isn't delivering either of those consumables until he's dead, and have a secondary focus on picking up those consumables at the same time, lest you run out of the all-important super shotgun ammunition. It was a tactical change that I'd not been expecting, and it certainly added a layer of frustration initially, but eventually a layer of enjoyment, a new layer of enjoyment to a number of these confrontations. This here is a Slayer Gate, where the Marauder turned up pretty unexpectedly. I found that the rest of the engagement, because I had had so much trouble dealing with the Marauder early on, the rest of the engagement took on a very fraught and very exciting aspect, because I was thrown onto the back foot for a majority of the engagement and felt very much on the defensive rather than the sort of God mode attack that I had become used to. It's in fact the first time the Marauder showed up in one of the Slayer Gate scenarios, and as I say, it really threw me, but in a good way. Now on the screen, just at the moment, is another one of the additions. It's not new, but it may as well be. The Baron of Hell, which is what is slicing me up with horrible laser claws over there. It's another one of these demons where you have to expend a significant amount of ammo focusing on destroying that one target, while at the same time getting your ambient demons in and making sure that you collect your health num-nums and your ammo num-nums on a regular basis, lest you run out of the all-important explosive ammunition. But even these guys, even the Tyrants, which are absolutely amazing, and I will probably cover in a later video, had nothing on the sheer fear that the Marauder engendered in me every time I saw that flicker of red from his defensive shield and his terrible scythe axe gubbins. But what else makes the Marauder the nightmare that he is? Well, his dog. The Marauder, as one of his attacks, can summon a flaming hellhound. And my goodness, is this hound flaming. It charges around the screen at an incredible speed. Every bite attack not only knocks off a sizable portion of your health, but also distorts your vision. So it's hard to see and hard to aim and hard to keep a track of the 5 or 6 different things you've got to keep your eye on if you're going to win an engagement with this expletive deleted. Fortunately, the best tactic is to focus on the dog first. But if you've, in that period, taken out or used up the ambient demons scattered throughout the environment, then unfortunately you're going to meet the same fate as me. The trick with these smaller scale engagements, where the dog is a real problem because you can't run away and avoid him, is to make sure that you farm your ambient demons effectively. I actually do it really well on this run. Leave some of the ambient demons around, particularly the ones that drop a large number of health points when you glory kill them, or, as I do here, the ones that the glory kill's quite easy to get if you know what you're doing. Try not to use or waste shotgun shells on the flaming hellhound, and then once you are fully healthed and ready to go, make sure that you've got ambient demons around you so that you can focus on the Marauder while still topping up your health and ammunition as needed. Hitting the Marauder that last time so that he goes into his stagger state is a brilliant feeling. When the Marauder first came in, when I first started fighting the Marauder, I found him extremely annoying, game-breakingly annoying, rage-quittingly annoying. But after a few engagements, that rush of adrenaline whenever you see him flash, and the rush of fear whenever you realise he's part of a large and complex engagement that you're going to have to be part of, that you're going to have to fight in. Here, another excellent example. This car park is 2 stories. It has, as you can see, a wide variety of ambient enemies and heavy enemies, and then boom, we've got a Marauder right in the thick of it, right in the mix. And a Hell Knight on one side, ambient enemies scattered all over the place, and he's already summoned his dog. As you can imagine, I was absolutely screaming at this point, leaping out of my chair, doing most of this fight stood up. It was an experience that certainly I found was a little lacking in the last Doom entry, only because that game made you almost always feel like a god. There was a few particularly fraught engagements where you died, you were piled upon by many hundreds of demons, but nowhere in the game was there ever that frisson of fear at just seeing that abominable foe appear before you, and knowing that something that where originally you thought, I got this, had transmuted into something where you very much may not have this, and you're going to have to use everything that you've learned throughout the game and really concentrate if you want to come out on top of that fight. I think that was the best thing for me about the Marauder in Doom. What it did was it taught me to be a better Doom player. Rather than focusing on a couple of major attacks or spamming the rocket launcher or one or two other sort of cheesy techniques that I used a lot in the previous game, this enemy made sure, alongside things like empowered demons and some of the new enemies like the Tyrant, made sure that I was constantly mixing up my attacks, constantly mixing up my targets, and using the secondary and tertiary weapons far more than I ever had before. I've been ZapLasers. This has been me playing Doom, and that is the Marauder, who is awesome and terrifying. See ya.